Now talking about the coding mass B, let's see the example of the B coding mass. Project new, project. I enter the project profile, just press enter. Now enter the start value B. So system will propose the value. This is called as ID and this is called as the coding mass. So 0003 because 1 and 2 is already created. Just copy, enter business area, then maintain the WBS. You can give the name of that particular project. Now I have maintained dot, so I have to maintain the dot here. See the coding mass. So second level, third, fourth, fifth and sixth. So I can able to maintain the sixth level. And here I can only maintain the numeric. Alphanumeric will not allow me to maintain. And one more level. So parallelly I can maintain n number of level, but to drill down child parent relationship I can only maintain the 6th level. Now all are on the level 1. To reorder the level I just go to the derived structure, execute. So I can be maintain the 6th level. But to maintain the parallel level I can maintain the n number of level like 02, 03, 04. Got it? It is come under the second level. You can maintain here only or you can be reorganize the whole. So this is the way to see the level. This we can see the later on in the next session. This is the creation of the project builder or a creation of the WBS. This is the processes for the end-to-end cycle run. So this will come later on. Okay. Right now we are concentrating on the configuration part. So we will not go in a deep inside that. So if you want to see the hierarchy graphic also, you can be able to see. So this is which I am talking about. This here we can be maintain up to the 6th level, but parallelly we can go up to the n number of level. Like if I want to go for a parallel level, I can be maintain the n number of level here. Okay, like that. Here I can be maintain up to the n number of level 02, 03, 04, and below again I can go up to the 02. Below I can go only the 6th level. Finally, save the project. So your project gets saved in the system. Now again we will go back in the customization node. So this is the coding mass which identify your level. So when we go for the business implementation or a implementation for that particular client, we will during the as is or during the starting phase of the project, we will define how much level they require or how much level they need in their particular project system module. Okay, and according to that we can be maintain the coding mass. Because once you maintain the coding mass and once you create the project in the system, you cannot edit that particular coding mass or you cannot do the changes in that coding mass. So if you want to do any changes, you have to create a new coding mass. Then there is a function where you can be log the particular coding mass and log the particular ID. Okay. So if you click on this particular button, you cannot be create the particular project or a WBS from that particular ID. Again, any changes, system will ask you to create a request. So I will show you how to create request once again. Later on we will not create any request. Okay. So again, for every changes in the every node, system will ask you to create a new request. Okay. Or you can be save in the existing request also. But preferably for each node we will create a new request. Because later on you can be identify that request and you can be give to basis guide to transport that request from one client to another client. So whatever that request you need to transport, you just identify that and you can be transport into the different client. So PS define project coding mask and then finally date. So once you maintain the date, system will create a new request number and save whatever that changes you have made under that particular request number. So this is the way the creation of the request. Later on you can be identify that request, release that request and give it to the basis guy, and basis consultant will transport it into the other system. Now under WBS user status, create status profile. See here the IMG activity documentation. So SAP provides some short help or short description or a brief description about that particular node. Okay, so you can be able to read that particular node also. So click on the create status profile. Now what is the status profile? So SAP provides us some standard status during the transaction code, like created, then release, budgeted, availability control, that is AVAC, then TACO, close, lock, unlock. These are the system standard status which is provided by the SAP. Now to control some further business transaction, SAP provided the user status profile. So user status profile, which is something control your further business transaction. So you can be copy from the existing status profile or you can be create a new. So to copy, you have to select the particular status and you have to just click on the copy, or you have to create a new. So we will create new. You have to provide a name of that particular status, which is always started with a Z. Then the text. That is PS user status profile, and the language is a EN, that is English. Then your status profile get created. You just double click on that. Now here you can be provided the status, what kind of status you need. Like if I want to define some approval process, then I can be maintain the approval process here. That is approval 1 is the project engineer, then approval 2 is the project manager, and the approval 3 is project HOD. Then you have to provide the low and high priority and position. So here I can define the user status for the approval 1, 2, 3. Then finally save. Just click on the yes. So here you can be maintain for which object type you want to assign that particular status. So I will maintain for a project. So just find, because the status profile is maintained for the different module also, like in the maintenance order, maintenance notification, in PP, that is production planning, in QM. Okay, so I want to maintain it for a project system, so I have to click the project definition. Or if I want for the WBS also, I can maintain for a WBS also, and then finally save. Again saving, system will ask you to maintain the request. So right now I am maintaining in the same request. Data get saved. So I have maintained this status profile. Now if I go in the project structure, transaction code CJ20N. So this is I talking about the system status, which is created, release. So later on, once you update the project, the status will get automatically, and this is the user status. So to view the status, I just now enter the status profile here. So here you can be find out the approval 1, 2, 3. So this approval 1, 2, 3 indicating who is approving that particular project in the system. Got it? So approval 1 have a particular authorization, approval 2 have a particular authorization, and approval 3 have a particular authorization. So those who have the authorization for the tick approval 1, only that user get access to authorize that particular project definition. Got it?